That was the last one we did just for us.
Yeah, okay. Can you call it? Yeah, sure. This is January 14th. Call to order first meeting of 2025 for the Dayton Redevelopment Commission. Roll call, Steve Shuley.
Here.
Nancy Oswalt. Vicki Beavers. Tracy Bratton, our new member here. And Rob, it seems, is not going to make it. Brad Anderson couldn't make it tonight. However, he is still interested in being part of the commission for 2025. So we're good there. Reading of the minutes for our November 19th meeting. Roll call, Steve Shuley, Larry Heiser, Vicki Beavers, Rob Hangy. Absent was Nancy Oswalt. Also attending Brad Anderson and Mark Burmeister. Minutes for the last meeting in March 2024 have not been compiled. Will be addressed at the next meeting, which would be this one then. Claims none. Finance. Bridget, $120,234.88. Also covered the December 2024 pending disbursements, along with an explanation of how to read/understand the fund report. Old business none. New business 2025 spending plan discussed and finalized, has to be submitted to Gateway by December 1st, 2024. Motion passed. Mark Burmeister asked the DRC to allocate the $25,000 that was passed for the police/fire to the town to offset pending salary increases for our police department. With new legislation that went into effect in 2024, redevelopment commissions are permitted to do so. For member discussion, we will review at the end of 2026. Motion passed. Steve Shuley abstained. Also discussed was a South Street extension in anticipation of future property development around the Masonic Temple. An engineering plan from 2018 for the extension was reviewed by Colin Sullivan of BF&S in December 2024. Per BF&S, the study seems valid and usable as long as the plan is the same for the development. Issues were brought up how the steep drop to get to Adams Road would be addressed, and costs would need to be updated to current dollars. Public comments none. Commission comments none. Meeting is adjourned. Bridget?
Okay. So all of you have a fund report in front of you. So the balance at the beginning of 2024 was $120,234.88. The revenue that we received last year was $49,091.51. And then the revenue in December that we should have got a much larger disbursement was only $975.28. And the reason for that is that one of the businesses in the TIF district were late paying taxes, therefore we didn't get our full disbursement. We will get that in June of this year. And then there's another business that was brought to our attention that should have been in the TIF district, and we should have been receiving monies for that. The county auditor is well aware, and we should get disbursements for that business in June as well.
What business?
TDS. And then Stoops is the big one that we get the biggest portion of revenue from. That's all I have.
Claims. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. There are no claims. Old business is the minutes from March 19th, 2024. This is the one that we were transitioning into an updated media system, and the meeting was not recorded. And per Mark, the meeting was briefly discussed under new business at the March 19th, 2024 regular scheduled council meeting, and is noted in the minutes. And I have a copy of the minutes for that meeting attached. To summarize, Mark Burmeister resigned from the commission due to being appointed president of the town council. Mark appointed Vicki Beavers as president through 2024 and appointed Rob Hangy as a new member. So that's that. Okay, any questions on any of that? No, okay. New business, Tracy?
Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
We all know who you are. I don't think you need an introduction. As I stated, Brand Anderson will also be with us on 2025, so, he's not able to attend. So next up, election of officers. Any nominations for president?
I nominate Vicky Beaver to be president.
My second?
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion made by Vicky, seconded by, motion made by Steve, seconded by Nancy. So how do you vote?
Oh, yes.
Vicky,
Vicky, yes.
Do I vote
You
yes for
can,
myself?
yeah, you
Okay,
can.
yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Who's this president? All right, nominations for vice president.
I nominate Steve.
I'll second that.
Okay, there was a motion made by Tracy and seconded by Vicky. So how do you vote? Steve,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
and Tracy.
And nomination for secretary?
Tracy.
I was gonna say Brad because he's not here, but that's.
Okay, is there a second for Tracy?
I second.
Okay, so motion made by Nancy, seconded by Vicky. So how do you vote? Steve,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
and Tracy.
Yes.
So, just to clarify, Tracy, you will probably be doing the minutes. So,
Take notes.
however you want to do it.
You can also,
Record them.
Yeah,
yes, and you can
I
watch the meeting again.
yeah,
I wondered about that.
Yeah.
Turning my phone on.
yeah.
So if you go to the Dayton, Indiana Facebook or the Dayton, Indiana town website,
Yeah.
you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a little thing there for YouTube. Just click that,
Oh.
and then I've got it titled.
We're on YouTube. You just watch
perfect.
it.
Yeah,
That's
and
easy.
that's how I do all of our minutes. I read
Oh,
each
yeah.
meeting, just so I
That
don't
makes
miss
more
anything.
sense.
And then another thing that I've discovered is that there's a transcript to the video. A lot of times it's just easier to skim that transcript because it's pretty much covers everything
Okay.
that has been discussed. It's, all depends on how detailed you want to do your minutes.
Right.
So,
I do mine kind of like how you do them. So
okay.
that's pretty simple.
Also, I sort of let the ball drop with Brad on this meeting. I failed to let him know that I had called a meeting. And by the time I realized it, the man is super busy and he wasn't going to be able to make it. So I don't know. What does everybody think about just having a regularly scheduled meeting? Like one a quarter, one every 6 months, pick a day, pick a time, so people can at least pencil it in on the date.
Do I have an input?
Of course.
Why not every other month until we have all the TIF stuff straightened out? And then maybe go from there to
Alright.
once a quarter.
Well, I mean, how much do we really have to talk about?
That's true. But if it even only lasts 5 minutes, I don't know, or just do once a quarter.
If we're gonna do more than, I mean, at this point, typically our meetings are once a year. So, I mean, once a quarter would be my, minimum, my maximum at this point. I mean, because
Okay.
honestly, it's gonna be, I mean, I'm happy to get together with everybody, but that's literally what it's gonna be is, hey, is everybody here? Yes, cool. Next. Because we don't have anything really to work on as of yet.
And then if we need to call a special meeting, we could still call one.
Correct.
Okay, so we're just gonna go with one every quarter for now.
If we think you needed a quarter, otherwise we do it every 6 months or whatever you want. I just, like I said, so far, the big decision we made is when we made the decision to allocate funds to the council for police and fire. So, and that was kind of a, hey, let's get this together and do this. I mean, but because I know she and I are on the bicentennial committee, and
So we're
then
here.
I'm on,
that's
I'm on the council, and
So
you're here
he's
for the
here-
council.
He'd be
and-
here a lot more.
I know.
Yeah, so it's just that there's a lot
that's
of
a good
stuff
point.
going on, and if we don't
Right.
need to be here, I
Yeah.
don't love seeing you guys. Then I'd rather not have to plan it. I mean,
Or he just needs to get a sleeping bag. Stay up here.
Yeah. So if we go with June and December?
Sure.
Okay. Do we have to take a vote on everything? Okay, so we all agree?
yeah, my only concern is that unless something changes, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my day.
I know, and I think that's Rob's days off also, so. All right, So, and also discuss adding the DRC meetings and minutes to the town website. And like you said, Steve, we really don't have much steam right at this point. But how do you feel about at least getting the community aware that there is a redevelopment commission and, we're here and we might.
Vicki, it wouldn't hurt either for me to upload the minutes to Gateway. That way,
Oh,
because the first part of an audit is they pull from Gateway. They start reading minutes and looking at all the reports, everything that gets uploaded to Gateway. And for example, the last meeting when you did allocate funds to the council for monies for the police and fire, at least it's noted in those minutes.
Well, I mean, I think that why not just do that? It puts us into the state system and they know we're
Yeah.
doing something,
yeah,
which is important.
yeah.
And the important thing is that you would have to make a motion to approve those minutes, and then they would have to be approved and signed just like our normal council meeting minutes,
Mhm.
and then the approved minutes uploaded to Gateway.
Should I have asked for approval for the minutes?
You can go back and do it. It's
Oh.
not, I mean,
Approving minutes from March 19th, 2024.
you just make. a
Are we
motion
sure of the date on that?
No, that was the one
in December.
Right, because I think the minutes you have here are
I
what we
had-
talked about with Mark, and I thought that was like November,
Well,
December.
I have two sets of minutes.
Ah, okay.
Minutes. I've got the March, because we didn't
Okay.
have that at the last meeting. And then the one today for January is the November one. So,
Okay, my confusion.
it is a little confusing, so. Okay, so everybody's approving it?
So you need to make a motion to approve it.
Okay, I make a
And then
motion
you
to
name the
approve
date.
the minutes of March 19th, 2024, and also the minutes for November 19th of 2024.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion made by Vicki and seconded by Steve. How do you vote, Tracy?
Yes.
Vicki,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
and Steve.
Yes.
All right, oath of office forms, we've got them done, okay. Public comments? No. Commission comments, you got something?
The other thing I would suggest if we can would be maybe, when we set up a date, we make sure we put it on the calendar on the website just so it shows up there. And obviously we have it on the YouTube because I know I've seen ours on YouTube there, so we got that much out into the public.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know, and I'd have to look at our website again, but if there's a spot to put organizations in the town, I would say we could throw it up there, just so it is out there to
Yeah.
the public.
There's a title or a subtitle, it's commissions and committees, I think.
So I would say throw if we can, throw that up there, and under committees, I would say let's try to throw the bicentennial committee up there.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That way we get that out in the public too, because I know they're trying desperately to get more volunteers to be involved, so
Now,
that would be a way
Steve-
that,
On that committee, do they do minutes?
yes.
Mhm.
Or do they have an agenda?
Yes and
Well,
yes.
last couple we have,
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's like this, it's typed up and.
So just ask them, if Jennifer wants to email me a copy of those, I can put it even on the Facebook page.
Okay. I'll make sure you get one from now on.
Okay. And then, I can notify the public via Facebook on when your meetings are coming up. And same thing, Vicky, for the RDC,
Mhm.
But that way it would be out to the public that there is stuff
Mhm.
going on and do
right?
they want to be involved, and
Absolutely.
a little more transparency, which is always a good thing.
Okay. Anything else? Oh, meeting's adjourned. Wow. Yeah, 15 minutes. What?
Now, if we could just get to council meeting,
Mark's just getting beat up.